Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, What's on Hollywood. Today, we're diving into one of the most epic hypothetical battles in the Marvel Universe, Spider-Man vs. Wolverine. Two iconic heroes with very different skill sets and abilities, but if they ever went head-to-head, who would come out on top? Let's break it down. First up, let's talk about Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker. He's the friendly neighborhood superhero with the proportional strength, speed, and agility of a spider. Not to mention his spider sense, which gives him a precognitive ability to sense danger before it happens. This allows him to dodge bullets, avoid punches, and generally stay one step ahead of his opponents. Spider-Man's strength is often underestimated. He can lift around 10 tons, which means he's more than capable of going toe-to-toe with some of Marvel's heavy hitters. His agility and acrobatics are off the charts, allowing him to maneuver through any environment with ease. And let's not forget his web shooters. These gadgets not only help him swing through the city but also give him a range of web-based attacks and traps. Now, on to Wolverine, aka Logan. Wolverine is a mutant with a healing factor that makes him nearly immortal. He's been alive for over a century, gaining immense combat experience along the way. His adamantium skeleton and claws make him virtually indestructible. Those claws can cut through almost anything, and he's not afraid to use them. Wolverine's senses are also heightened, giving him the ability to track people and detect lies. His strength is superhuman as well, though not quite on the same level as Spider-Man's. However, his ferocity in combat and unyielding determination make him a formidable opponent. So, how would a fight between these two go down? Let's set the stage. Imagine Spider-Man and Wolverine find themselves at odds in a bustling cityscape. Perhaps there's a misunderstanding, or maybe they're under some kind of mind control that pits them against each other. Spider-Man would likely start the fight using his agility to stay at a distance, webbing up Wolverine to try to slow him down. Spider-Man's speed and agility would make him a difficult target for Wolverine to hit. He'd use his webbing to create barriers and traps, trying to immobilize Wolverine or at least limit his movement. But Wolverine is no stranger to being restrained. His adamantium claws can cut through Spider-Man's webs, and his healing factor would allow him to recover quickly from any non-lethal injuries. Wolverine would charge forward relentlessly, using his combat skills to get in close where he can do the most damage. If Wolverine manages to close the distance, Spider-Man would have to rely on his superior strength and combat skills. While Spider-Man has a no-kill rule, he would need to be at his best to fend off Wolverine's brutal attacks. He might use his environment to his advantage, swinging from buildings, using cars as shields, and employing his webbing creatively to gain the upper hand. Strengths and weaknesses. Let's break down their strengths and weaknesses a bit more. Spider-Man's biggest advantage is his spider sense, which allows him to anticipate and dodge attacks. This could help him avoid Wolverine's lethal claws. His agility and speed make him hard to pin down, and his webbing can be used in countless ways to trap and hinder Wolverine. However, Spider-Man's biggest weakness in this fight is his reluctance to use lethal force. He's always looking for a way to subdue his opponents without seriously harming them, which could put him at a disadvantage against someone as relentless and deadly as Wolverine. Wolverine's main strength is his indestructibility. His healing factor makes him incredibly hard to defeat, and his adamantium claws can cut through almost anything. His combat experience and ferocity make him a terrifying opponent in close-quarters combat. But Wolverine's weaknesses include his lack of range attacks and his sometimes uncontrollable rage, which can be exploited by a smart and agile opponent like Spider-Man. If Spider-Man can keep his distance and use his intellect and agility, he might find a way to outmaneuver Wolverine. Conclusion. So, who would win in a fight between Spider-Man and Wolverine? It's a tough call and might ultimately come down to the circumstances of the battle. In an all-out brawl with no restrictions, Wolverine's healing factor and combat skills might give him the edge. But in a scenario where strategy and intelligence play a big role, Spider-Man's agility, spider sense, and creativity could lead him to victory. Ultimately, both heroes have their unique strengths, and a fight between them would be one for the ages. It's these kinds of matchups that remind us why we love comic book stories, because anything can happen, and the outcome is never guaranteed. What do you think? Who would win in a battle between Spider-Man and Wolverine? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more awesome content. Until next time, stay super. If you would like more information, you can visit my websites, whatsonhollywood.com and marveldccrossover.com. The links are provided in the description below.